Are you ready?
Yeah.
Why you look so nervous?
Because I've never done this before.
Hi, welcome back to Senior Year. I'm your host, Ayesha Malik, and today it's Teachers Edition. And we have...
Mrs. Lauterwasser.
All right, Ms. Lauterwasser, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really well, thank you.
All right, so this is a podcast basically about seniors, and you're a teacher, so we're going to talk about your senior year and what you had to go through when you were in high school.
Okay.
Did you go to high school here?
No, I went to high school in Ecuador,
Okay.
which is a total different situation when it comes down to education. They have a different system over there.
Okay, what are some of the differences that are there?
The major difference that I find is that in order for me to graduate, I had to prepare what they call a monographia. I'm thinking it's
monologue?
Yeah, it's a monologue, but it's basically a 500-page book that I had to write by myself.
Oh my God.
Everybody had to write it. It's a requirement for graduation. You have to choose a topic, and you have months to get this book ready. You have to actually do a hard copy. You have to send it to a special place to actually have it hard covered. And then you're supposed to present it in front of the school administrators and the Department of Education.
Ooh.
And they approve if you're ready for graduation or not. So I find that you guys have it easy here.
A little bit. It sounds like it, to be honest. That sounds stressful.
Yeah.
So like, what was your topic on?
My topic was on pollution.
Okay.
So there is this marsh that goes through my city that was very polluted. And I just researched on, the environmental problems that this was causing, and how we could help the situation. And this is back at least 30 years ago. So I graduated in 1992. So it was a long time ago before
You're
internet.
So young.
And it was before internet came along. So all of the research was supposed to be done at the library.
We don't even have a good library. Like, to be honest, our library is not that great.
Yeah.
We have like 2 shelves of books, and they're like nonfiction.
I had to do interviews to officials in the city and environmental officials. And I mean, it was like a real book with research that I had to put together.
500 pages, like front and back, or just like typed?
About 500 pages typed, but it was typed by a typing machine.
Oh, typewriter?
Yeah, typewriter. There was
No.
no computer, no editing, no,
I could never. It sounds like we have it easier. But
Yeah.
Like, do you know some kids that like didn't graduate?
No, actually.
Everybody graduated?
The one thing is that in my country we don't have, the public school system is very poor. So therefore your parents spent a lot of money on your schooling. The more money you spend on your schooling, the better chances for you to get a job, which is unfortunate. It shouldn't be that way, but that's the way it was. So you took your education very seriously because your parents were putting top money into your education. So you knew that.
Yeah.
So you took it seriously, and everybody graduated, in my school at least. Yeah.
So, like, your senior year was obviously very different than ours. What are some of the things you like about our senior year?
I like that everything is so much, you can see all the friends coming together and kind of making this nice little community.
Yeah.
That I really like that about this I would say setting. I like that, it's the end of the road. So it's supposed to be a little easier, so I think that's nice, I like that the kids have all these, looking forward to the future, and
outlooks.
instead of being so worried about passing this exam and this thing, so that I had to go through.
Yeah.
So I find that is so much better because you already pay your dues, you already did what you were supposed to do, so your senior year is a little bit easier.
Because like junior year is a little bit more stressful.
Exactly.
I feel like, 'cause SATs, like trying to like think about what college you want to go to, doing all that like Navion stuff. I know I was really stressed out last year.
Exactly.
So I feel like our senior class is a little bit more laid back. But like, what do you like about like our class in general, like the people in our senior class?
Well, I was very lucky to have a lot of you guys for my Spanish 3 events when you guys were sophomores. And
Yeah,
I
I
have to
remember.
say, yeah, some of the kindest, sweetest kids.
Some of us.
All of them. I mean, I don't have one single kid that I have a
Didn't
bad
like.
memory from, you know. So I think that it was it's a wonderful year. Yes.
Yeah. Looking back, like you probably had, since you said your high school was a little bit different, you probably had some different classes. So what's like some different classes you had in high school that we don't have here?
Actually, the classes were the same. I think that the way they structure education in my country was different. They actually track you over there.
Oh, like what do you mean track you?
They track you. They do a test at the end of what it would be here, I would say,
Semester?
freshman year.
Okay.
And at the end of your freshman year, so elementary level goes from first grade to sixth grade. We don't have middle school.
Okay.
And then what it will be 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, you go to what they call the basic. And then they do a test. So the last 3 years of high school, they classify you to the specialization. Sorry.
Specialization.
Yeah,
Yeah.
language barrier.
Okay.
So they do the test and they see what you're best at. And those are the classes you're going to go hardcore on. And then whatever else is just, you get it
Okay.
once or twice a week. So I was physics and mathematics. You have different areas where you can go. You can go into business. You can go into physics, mathematics. You can go into, accounting, or you can
Accounting,
go
finance,
into science. And there is another one for anything that has to do with the language. So it's different areas that you can specialize on. And so since I was physics and mathematics, I got heavy duty math and physics during the last 3 years of high school. Things that I saw in college here.
Yeah.
And for me, college was so easy because of it, because I was already doing that in high school. So I just came back really quick.
Did you go to college here?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Where'd you go?
I went to Monmouth University. Actually, I started in Brookdale.
Okay.
For about a year and a half, and then I transferred to Monmouth University.
So you were like young when you got here.
I got here when I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
Yes.
So looking at our senior class and the people inside of it, we have like such a diverse community. What will you miss most about the people here after you graduate?
How open and how friendly you guys are.
Are the other classes not open and friendly?
I just find that you guys are very mature for your age. I find that the more the times go on, I feel that we're losing a little bit more of that communication. Like I'm having a little bit of a division in some classes. Like some of the kids are not as friendly. Like they still get along, but it's not like
they know of each other, but they don't like know them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just don't know if maybe they'll change, maybe they'll mature eventually. Because I had classes like that in the past, and then eventually they came out together. But I just figured that your class, and every class has a different feeling. I feel that every year, like when I hear people talking about, how everything is so gloomy in the future and how awful things are and how the generations are going down, I don't agree, because that's not what I see. Like every year, every batch, like that's what I love about participating in graduation every year, is that every batch that we say goodbye to, every single batch is different. Like they are getting ready to go out there and make a difference, and I think that is very empowering.
Yeah.
It's
probably
very
like seeing us, or like our senior class, like the class of 2020 in general, like grow throughout the years, because you had us as sophomores, and so like you're having some of us now as seniors. You're probably like seeing us grow and become people.
Yes, and I just don't get you as a senior. I think Miss Tevar gets just a senior, but I do keep in touch with my kids.
I keep in touch with you all the time.
Yeah, I love to keep in touch
Yeah.
with the kids. Like I once I have you in my classroom, I just love to keep up. And if I
Yeah.
see you in the hallway, I like to
Say
catch
hi.
up and see what's going
Steal
on.
your candy sometimes.
Yes, yes. And I just love that that opportunity that I have to have that relationship. Like I feel that we build a relationship when you're in my classroom, and then I just like to keep that relationship as you guys leave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to keep in touch with you like after I graduate.
I
too.
hope so.
What was your like personality now versus like your personality in high school?
Well, in high school, you know what? It's funny because I don't see myself changing that much. I would say I was very clown, like a clown. I was very funny,
Yeah,
and I
like
was
class
very
clown, yeah.
I was a class clown. It's crazy, like you will never see it.
I do not see
No,
you as
I
a
was
class
a class clown. Yes.
Nah, you're great, but you're not. You're not funny.
No, I was.
I don't mean to be
Oh
mean.
no, it was.
But-
I was a class clown, and it's funny because it was all girls school. So I don't know. It's funny because I get some comments from girls who had, the ladies who graduated with me in high school, and they tell me, "Oh, you remember when you did this and you did that, and we
you're-
laughed so
and you're
much."
just
And I'm
like,
thinking, did I?
Did I?
I did that? Oh my goodness, I have
Like, that doesn't
changed.
sound like
I
me
guess
at
I
all.
matured.
Yeah.
Yes, so I'm that kind of mom that will turn around and say, oh, I never did that.
My child.
Oh, please. But I actually did. So basically, I think that that's the major difference.
What is happening outside?
Eva, that's what's happening.
Oh my god. Okay. We're just going to disregard that. Is there any advice you'd like to give like us in the future? Because we're probably going to see these podcasts are going up on YouTube. We're probably going to see these in the future. So is there anything you'd like want to give us some advice or wisdom for the future? For the entire class of 2020?
That the future is in your hands.
Uh,
It is. That's one of the reasons why I got into teaching. I think that this is my way to contribute into this world. That, no matter how little you think you can make a difference, every little bit that you do contributes to a great change. And just to use any of your abilities and any of your gifts, because we all have gifts, to make a difference out there, and not to forget that, because we need that right now. The world is really messed up. And we need that change, that positive change. And I think it's in your hands. This is you guys, We are basically, we did already our part and we're kind of done. But the only thing that we can do at this point in our lives is just shaping you so you can continue that change. And eventually you pass it down to the next generation. So don't forget that. Keep that. Don't lose focus.
This is why I love talking to you. Mr. Polano told us, he's like, bring in your favorite teacher. I was like, Miss Lauterwasser. I was like, I have to bring her in because you're just filled with so much wisdom. It just feels good talking to you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all for Senior Year. Tune in next week. Thanks so much.
Thank you. All right.